Yo, how's it going, guys? It's been a minute. Decided I'm gonna start making Clash of Lords 2 videos again, just for the fun of it. A lot of new content has dropped. Uh, I missed a bunch of content that I haven't covered in my videos, but I'm just gonna, going forward, I'll just start making videos again about the new content that gets released rather than catching up on what I missed out on. So I'm gonna do a video today on my thoughts on the new hero, Steward. Um, I guess my intention for this video is to help players, or just to share my opinion on whether I think this hero is good or not, aka whether I think she's worth investing in. I feel like it'd be a helpful video because a lot of new heroes come out, people are unsure whether they're good or not right off bat. But it can be incentivizing, can be exciting just to want to upgrade them because they're new and novel and whatnot. Uh, to be truthful, this hero, I don't think she's very good, which I'm sad to say. I want her to be good. I want a change in the meta, the strategies that are used nowadays, but I don't think this hero is very good. Obviously, I'll do my best to share my reason why, and obviously I also might be wrong because she just came out, and I can only speculate so much. We haven't seen her in too much testing. Um, but as time goes on, maybe, who knows, something will come of her. So I'll go through why I don't think she's that good. I think she has two solid strengths that I'll go over. Everything else is kind of just lackluster, mediocre. You could kind of say the same for a lot of the recent heroes. I would say since Bellaboom, who I would say is really good, and Bastion, every hero since then I would say is fairly lackluster. Um, not None of these heroes are bad in my opinion. Every hero that's came out recently is good if you can make them work. It's just they're not good enough to be like, oh my gosh, that hero is amazing. Like I need to have them. Uh, it's very rare we get those heroes nowadays, but that's a good thing because you don't want every update to have amazing heroes. Anyways, I'm rambling. So Spirit Steward. Let's start with her skill. I'm going to go through each of these one by one, then I'll do some testing gameplay with her. So if you're not a big fan of reading or like analysis, you can skip this part. Maybe go to the gameplay if you want some more interactive analysis. But otherwise, you can tag along. Now, the skill is basically a heal that heals or protects the allies with the lowest, the two allies with the lowest HP. The reason I'm not a huge fan of this skill is because it's always going to target the two lowest HP heroes. So if she's casting this skill a bunch, I have a feeling for the most part it's going to keep getting reapplied to the two same heroes. It says only up to 8 heroes on the battlefield can have this effect. I don't think it's going to be that widespread. I don't think every hero is going to be getting this buff. Even if they get this buff, uh, they either heal for half HP if they're below 50%, or if they're above 50% when they get the buff, they immediately heal back to the HP they were at when the skill was cast when they do get damaged to 50% health. So it's like, at the very best, this is a half HP heal of their full HP. Um, Now, the one thing I'm not sure about is it says allies that receive this buff receive 100% reduced damage. On paper, that means they're invincible. But I think what this means is they get 100% damage reduction. If that's the case, I don't think that would be too effective simply because Spear is in the game. Um, but it might be stronger than what I'm thinking. That's another thing is I don't know. But going off my initial impression, uh, the skill is okay. It's obviously a defensive skill. Moving on to her divine. This is one of her strengths, I think. I think I could see this being really good as an offensive bastion hero because of this skill. You grant allies 70% crit rate and 50% bonus damage. Allies also have a chance to render enemy heroes helpless. Helpless heroes lose 100%, 30% of their current HP every 1 second and are unable to receive healing or buffs. That's really, really good. But be careful, because that is not going to work well if you use Bella. Because Bella does damage. Where is it? Converts healing to damage. So if they can't heal, Bella's damage is not going to be there. Just something to think about. And everyone uses Bella, so I don't know. The crit rate, everyone's super hype about this. I don't think it's that good. And that's because I don't think 70% crit rate for 25 seconds. I don't know. Crit rate is already so high. If you have Boxer Aid and you're working on your guild science center, I don't know. It's already so high. There's already so many crits. It definitely has diminishing returns, I would guess. So, not too sold on this. It's not bad. It's good. It's not like game breaking, I would say. It's solid. But right off rip, this is what I don't like about this hero is you have an insanely defensive skill and now you have an insanely offensive skill. So right off bat, she's not honed in on one area. She's not all in on attack. She's not all in on defense. Yeah, she's like a jack of all trades, but that kind of makes her mediocre in every uh what's the word? Like every type of battle, offense, defense, because she's not specialized. Um, Anyways, moving on, her insight. It increases her damage read by 50, healing received by 85. That's solid. Every 3 skills she casts, there's a 50% chance to grant allied heroes a Spirit Seal stack, which basically negates an instance of damage if it does more than 30% of their max HP. I don't think this is that good either, and you might think I'm crazy for that. Let me explain why. Is because how often at the top level of play do heroes take more than 30% of their max HP as damage? If you think about it like this, if you're attacking Renee Ven or a Penthesilea with a dagger, how often are you doing this much damage to them in one hit? You're kind of slowly whittling them down. Unless you're... I might be wrong about that, actually. I don't know. But if that's true, that's why I'm hesitant about this. So I don't know for sure, but it just makes me think, like, how... Let's say you're chipping away at a hero 10% HP per attack. This is going to have no effect. You have to chunk them for a huge amount of damage for this to get value. It's the exact same thing as this glyph set bonus. But instead of 20%, it's 30%. Um, which is okay. But even if you do block that damage, for all I know, that's one tick of CK Divine. What am I looking for? I'm looking for here. But at the end of the day, it's solid because it goes well with her skill. She has 2 skills already that are highly defensive. Her Divine, I wouldn't say is, but It's somewhat because of the HP. I'm not going to get into that because that's so. I don't know how it works exactly, so I don't want to analyze it yet. The first part of this divine, but moving on, I'll do her 8 last. Her fortitude. This is, I think, her strongest skill, which makes me think she's definitely a defensive hero. If anything, I think she could replace Foxy, and that's because of this part. Not because she gives her heroes attack rate and damage. I don't think that's that helpful. It's good. It's just nothing major because it's only on defense. Defense isn't about doing damage. It's more so about surviving, in my opinion. But here's where it's good. Every 8 attacks by the Spirit Steward, she lashes out with a whip, with a 40% chance to tame heroes that get hit by the whip. All damage dealt by tamed targets is negated. So there's a 40% chance that when she's attacking enemies, she makes them do 0 damage for 10 seconds. That is insane. Uh, Especially if she has high attack speed, she can basically permanently make heroes do no damage. But the reason I'm not sure how good... I said at the beginning of this video, I don't think she's too solid or too good. And I just said this skill is amazing. The reason I still am not sold on it is because I only think this is going to apply to enemies that are not invincible. So if they have a Glory Priestess Divine active, I don't think this is going to stop them from doing damage. Another thing is because she has no skill, no innate, intrinsic defensive part of her that's going to guarantee she survives to live long enough to apply this after the GP Divine is done from the attacker. I think she's going to die early, and then she's not even going to have time to apply this. What am I trying to say here? Like, for example, Penthesilea or Renee Ven, they have so much defensive layers you have to get through to kill them that they last so deep into the battle. I don't see this hero having anything. Maybe the skill combined with the insight is enough. That's where I don't know. But as of right now, if she can have this time and space to apply this, I think she's really good on defense. But we'll have to see. That's why I would wait a little bit. Now that I'm honestly second guessing her, she might be better on defense than I initially thought. 'Cause she has skill, insight, and fortitude, all super defensive. Now, her hero aid, I'm not a fan of for one big reason. It's basically another reflect aid, which is really funny because the last 3 heroes we got, Puppet, Lone Gunner, and now Spirit Steward, all their aids are about dealing reflect damage to attackers. Now, I don't like this one too much because it only activates once every 10 seconds. Now, that is really bad in my opinion, because let's say she gets attacked, she's on defense, and she gets attacked, and she's reflecting that damage, but she gets hit by a Renee Ven, or a Glory Priestess. That's another 10 seconds you have to wait, and she just reflected no damage. Obviously, if she gets hit by an X skill, that's amazing. But what if she doesn't? What if she gets attacked by a mercenary, or a Glory Priestess, or Renee, or just a basic attack from Penthesilea, or a Penthesilea Spear? That's 10 seconds down the drain, and you just have to wait for it to activate again. It's not consistent, I would say. It's not super reliable. It's going to have its moments when it one-shots enemies, I'm going to guess, but overall, doesn't seem too consistent. So yeah, this video's getting long. I'm going to do some gameplay real quick. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention before I do this gameplay. Actually, I'll show you. So her skill, it's really defensive, but it's also offensive. It applies a huge area around allies that are protected, and it does damage. Now, the caveat is I don't think it does that much damage. It looks like it's doing a lot here, but I don't think it's actually going to be too impactful. It might be good for clearing structures, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah, because look how huge that area is. Um, but I don't think it's going to be affected by spear or imp aid, so I don't know if it's going to shred buildings like you're seeing here, but something to make note of. One thing I will say though is she does look amazing. Like graphically, she looks solid. She has all these cool animations around her, these little effects. Look at that, super unique. It's not like this guy. Look how bad this looks. So disappointed. Why is he so small? Why does he barely move at all? And none of it's just he's like a robot. I think like two different people designed these heroes. Um, her stats are amazing, by the way. These are really good. Her high HP, decent attack. Um, yeah, she's good. I don't know if she's going to be game breaking, but I mean, look at this. Everyone's still. Let me go to the best player, best defensive player. Everyone's still using the same setup. I think she can replace AC, Puppet. Most people don't use Puppet. Most people use this setup. I think she can replace Foxy, Renee perhaps. I would replace Foxy. I don't think Foxy's that good on defense. So I could see this hero being better. If you're gonna use her for offensive bastion, I wouldn't. Simply because I think these two are better. They added an enchant skill to this guy that makes him amazing. This guy's active skill makes enemy heroes take 100% more damage. I just don't see, because she has so many defensive things, the only thing that's useful on offense, it seems, is this divine. And again, like I said, it's not going to be synergizing well with Bella. But who knows, maybe the damage that this skill does, that huge area damage that I showed, um, maybe that ends up being good for clearing buildings. So we'll have to see. Oh yeah, right before I close this video, I missed one thing about her. So this divine reassembles all HP numbers of the heroes that are in the divine area and makes your allied heroes the highest values. So for example, if your hero has 10% HP and the enemy has a 90%, it swaps them, I think. Now that I'm saying that, that sounds crazy actually. So I don't know if I'm right about this hero or not. I think she's good on defense, if anything. I don't like her aid skill. I don't like her too much on offense. Defense, I've never been a fan of Foxy personally. I think she could definitely take her spot. But I don't know if she's like game changing, like Shooting Star or Bow Ranger, or Penth, if I'm being honest. But if you're like Adam, I think she'll be good, because why not? Let's get a little upgrade. Anyways, I've been talking forever. So I am going to start making videos again. If you got this far, leave a comment of what kind of videos you want to see. I have some cool ideas. I have a level 250 landslide and a Abyss Demon. Crazy, I know, right? I was thinking about doing videos on those just to showcase them for fun. Some real gameplay of how they perform at that high level. But other than that, I'm not sure what kind of videos to make other than just like innovative analysis videos. That's what I've always been doing. Uh, but yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for tuning in. I'm excited to be making more. Sorry if I sound exhausted. I'm super tired today, but I wanted to get this video out there because this new hero is cool. Yeah, nice little update. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Take care.